Alright, let's go ahead and talk about everything coming in patch 3.3. But I do want to disclaimer myself. This is on the test server, so some things could change. But let's go ahead and take a look at the casual tab. Now, in Artificial Island, we have an extra beast pin that we can get to train our animals. And in this patch, we're going to be able to get aquatic animals. So let's go ahead and build the new pin. So now that we got one section already built, this is how it looks. And just like other pins, we can bring it up to level 4. Right now it's currently at level 1, so we can put in one aquatic animal. And speaking of the casual tab, of course that changes the trap section to where we have a new area called Ocean Catch. If you've been watching my weekly guides, you'll notice that I'm going after Celestial capture because in this patch we're able to capture bird-like creatures in Domain 9 and they have a chance to turn into a mount. But you can also get a golden dolphin mount if you get your capture level to 4. So you might want to try to focus on both or just focus on one because these do have a low chance of turning into mounts. So let's go ahead and talk about the map. Now it's very small, hence why this patch is going to last somewhere between 3 to 4 weeks. But with this patch, we can finally reach Dimension level 100, allowing us to unlock a few achievements. And these are the exploration awards you can expect to get once you 100% the map. And as you see, they're basically the same rewards with a few new items. We have an permanently increased HP, a permanently increased attack, and a new Titan material box. So now let's go ahead and talk about the statues. So to fully level up a statue, you're going to need 7,700 energy. And if you want to know which one is the strongest, I believe that one is the middle one. At level 2, you're able to unlock Astral Monuments. At level 4, you're able to unlock Astral Chest. And at level 6, you're able to unlock the Field Energy Collector. The other statues don't have the greatest rewards, but their level 4 ranks are pretty good. The bottom statue's level 4 unlocks immunity to frozen chest, and if you're able to get to level 5, you have a chance to get twice the drops from materials, whereas the top statue's level 4 allows you to immediately get flowing spring energy without having to use an ice weapon. And lastly, let's talk about the boss. Now, these are the possible rewards that you can get from the boss. You can get this accessory, and this is where you can also get more Smart Servant shards for the new free Ice Smart Servant, as well as our Pacific module. So here you can see me take on the new boss, but I want to go ahead and mention that this boss is very powerful and it's not something that you can take on by yourself. I just made my stats ridiculous due to the benefits of the test server. So here's what you can expect after you kill the boss. 2 random Smart Servant shards, R&D contracts, the new Smart Servant shard, her signature module, energy, advancement modules, booster modules, and armor. Now I was only able to kill this once, so you may not get the same items that I was able to. But with this patch, we're also getting some new Titan gears, to where we're able to augment the boots and augment the chest piece. And to augment your boots, you're going to need this high speed transition module, to where you can get them from the usual places. But for the boots that you're mainly going to be looking for is something with high crit, to where you can see once you augment this, your crit massively goes up, or something that has a high crit and a high elemental attack. Because once you augment that boot, you're going to be able to get a high elemental attack for 2 other elements, as well as some high crit once it reaches 120 augments. And these are the Titan stats that you can get for the boots, with your best Titan stats being either normal attack or skill damage boost. So now let's go ahead and talk about the chest piece, with this one being fairly simple. Ideally you want to have something with a high elemental attack, and ideally have the rest of them be other elemental attacks. That way once you augment it, it's guaranteed to have the other 2 elemental stats, and they should match your high elemental stat. So if you can get this to like 1,000 or so, this is going to be a very strong chest piece. But here are the Titan stats that you can get for the chest piece, with our best one being weak point damage. Dodge attack and discharge damage is okay, but most of the time this does not provide much for most comps. So now let's go ahead and talk about the new Simulacrum traits. Characters starting from Zeke on upwards have a higher awakening trait, to where you can awaken them all the way to 7,000 points. Where at 4,500 you can get extra HP, 5,500 you can get extra attack and HP, and 7,000 you can get extra attack. But you have to have these drives to unlock those traits. And how you get those is by doing your daily joint operation and by doing the Domain Guard expedition, to where you're going to need a key that you can make every week using a Vera, Aspera, and Domain 9 key. But there is one other character that can get these awakening points, and that is Pepper. which is good to know because even with those first clear rewards in Domain Expedition, you might end up getting some Aspera modules. And this is what I got after doing my daily join operation. As you see, I got one Domain 9 drive and one Aspera drive, so don't expect to get these unlocked anytime soon. Then we got some new features added to our weapon system. If you click on this gear icon, you're able to set an equipment preset. So for me, my preset number 1 is my Volt bolt gear, and this is my bolt weapon lineup, so I can go ahead and set this as set 1. On top of that, I can go ahead and select the Simulacrum trait that I want as well by pressing settings. So for this one, I want Fenrir, and if I end up choosing the wrong one, I can simply just press settings once again, or if I want no Simulacrum, I can press this button. We also have an automatic weapon material selector, so if you see right here, I need more acid proof, and if I click on the box, it's automatically going to select 3, giving me the exact amount that I need. But this does not work for the fuse section, so I recommend that you go ahead and fuse up all of your materials before you start opening up boxes. And this patch, we are finally going to be able to reach level 100. Most likely this is going to be delayed as I usually do, so I'm thinking towards the end of the patch is when we'll finally be able to reach level 100. This is also what our next pass is going to be featuring. If you get the $10, of course you get the 50 battle shards, and if you get the collector's edition, you're going to be able to get an extra copy of the bubble gun, as well as a new outfit, which should look like this. We also have a few new events that are going to be coming next patch. One is Glittering Stars, which it looks like it's a scratch off to where you're basically trying to get lucky so that way you can get some rewards. Over here are the pattern collections, so if you're able to get a Shiro and a Mimi, you get 1 gold nucleus. All the way down to the big rewards to where you can start winning dark crystals, red nucleus, special vouchers, and a free copy of Lin. But to get those, you're going to need to get quite a bit of characters. Just for the Lin, you're going to need 10 Shiros, 10 Mimis, 10 Leowas, 3 Umis, and 2 Suppressors. And I think this is where that extra scratch card comes in if you buy it for $10. You're going to be able to scratch things more often, and you're going to be able to get this much easier. Then we have Journey Supplies. So for 0 dark crystals, you can get 1 SR relic box a day. But for 50 dark crystals, you can get 5 random Domain 9 gifts, which I think is a very bad deal and I don't recommend anyone do. And for 300 dark crystals, you can get a data repeater and 2 golden gears. So this is mainly for the whales. If you're going to be buying data repeaters, you might as well go ahead and buy this so that way you can get 2 golden gear. But if you're someone that does not buy data repeaters, this is also a pretty bad deal as well. Next, it looks like we're going to be getting some mentorship accessories to where if you do missions with your mentees, you're going to be able to get points every week to where you can click on this mentor level. And once you reach a certain amount of points, you're able to get some of the really cool accessories. You can simply click on them and preview how they look. And if you reach the diamond mentor, you get this swirly thing behind your head, but it does take the position to where you put on eyewear. But again, don't expect to get this anytime soon. I've been doing mentor missions since they came out, and as you see, I'm still a novice mentor. And with this patch, we are getting new smart servants, so where we can get Snowy, which is the free one everyone should be getting this patch, but of course you're going to have to go around and open up boxes and probably fight the new boss to fully max it out, and the Gachapon one, Leah, which most likely going to be the strongest because it even comes with an extra ability to where it can capture energy around it. If you can get it all the way up to level 3, it's able to capture energy with it being 5 meters away. But looking between the two, you'll notice that the free one's attack starts at 685, whereas the Gachapon one is almost 200 attack more. And here you can see the smart servant at the max level. You'll notice that it has over 8,000 attack, whereas the previous pet can only reach over 6,000 attack. And this is the same for the newest pet that we're going to be getting in patch 3.3. And we also get a new suppressor level. So if you're getting close to reaching 10.5, you can be excited that you have a whole nother level to go for as well. And for Potent Omnium Crystal 2s, it does not look like there's anything else allowing us to get these crystals besides the Crystal Dust Store, to where you only have a weekly limit of 1. So now let's go ahead and talk about the challenges. So in Sequential Phantasm, they added an extra level to where every elemental stage can reach level 7, but Altered still has the max stage of level 3. And if you're able to complete that, you're going to get an extra 25 attack power. Also, once we reach level 98, we're going to be able to do another wormhole. So far, it does not seem like the wormhole is pretty difficult, so we'll see how this one ends up being once we reach level 98. Origin of War rewards are changing to where it's going to offer energy as one of the rewards. And for Void Abyss, these are the bosses that we're going to be facing next cycle. And lastly, we have the Commissary, to where now we can get an augmentation box too. This will allow us to get the new Titan materials. but we can still buy the augmentation box 1, so you might want to make sure you have enough gold dust to get everything. In the weapon store, as well as the matrix store, Tion and Lyra are added to the standard pool, so you're going to be able to pick up those weapons as well as their matrices, where Lyra matrices are very powerful, and that's something that you might want to try to go for. And with that should be everything that I was able to confirm for patch 3.3. But I want to go ahead and mention that we should be streaming testing for Ling Han over at Twitch at Moasa Gaming, so be sure to check us out over there. And with that, are you excited for patch 3.3? Let me know down in the comments. But other than that, I'll talk with you guys later.